It's Monday, and you know what that means? It means it's my comic book day. I'm using my hands a lot here. I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but it's my comic book day. Now, as you know, or may not know, I don't really stick to form. I just shoot the shit and see what I'd love to talk to you and showcase for today. And today I want to talk about one of my prized possessions, especially since it's Halloween. Devil's Night's right around the corner, and if you hadn't gotten the drift yet, I'm talking about The Crow. The Crow property is one of my favorite properties, period. I remember seeing the movie actually pretty randomly. I went with my cousin. He took me along with him to watch it. And I just fell in love with the story, the movie, the whole shebang, honestly. It's one of the greatest romances you'll ever read, honestly. You take the action, you take the goth and all of that out of there. And at its core, a fucking great romantic story. The movie had tons of action, one of the greatest soundtracks ever, one of the greatest goth looks ever, and is one of my favorite movies of all time. But it all has a source. So today I want to talk about The Crow. I was able to pick this up years ago at a convention. It's the trade for the original miniseries. I'm not lucky enough to have the original issues, though. That's on my agenda to have at one point in my life, even though it's going to cost me. I'd love to have it. But I even got to meet James O'Barr and got his signature down below. The trade's awesome because you're filled with such beautiful, beautiful pages from James O'Barr. Like what he was able to do with the story, visually, like the art changes so many different times. You get these great black and white pages, but you also get these watercolor and painted pages as well through the flashbacks. Like here's Eric on the train with the skeleton man, that skull cowboy that we never got to see in the movie, although they filmed it. Side note, in case you didn't know that, but great story. Like I said, it's one of my favorite books and storylines and properties. They've had a couple other stories because The Crow doesn't just start and end with Eric Draven. The Crow has presented itself to many different tragic events. This just happens to be my favorite. I actually have a couple of other ones. Yeah. Don't want to knock anything over, but you've got stories like The Crow Pestilence. You've also got Midnight Legends, just to name a few. There's a couple more, but I'm going back to the original, the OG, The Crow. If you haven't read the original story, please do. It does take the movie did take some liberties from here and switch things up, and some of the characters displayed in different ways, but this is going to go down as one of the all-time greats. I'd say go down because it already is. And like I said, this was one, they brought it back into trade after a long period of time. It has a little excerpt at the beginning dedicating it to Brandon Lee, the great actor who portrayed Eric Draven in the movie, if you don't know. But yeah, love it. Love The Crow. Anything that has to do with The Crow. Love The Crow. One of my next tattoos, Crow themed. Let me know what you think about the property, the story, the comic itself down below, of course. And until the next Alert My Nerds, appreciate you.